Hi, my name is Gianna Petroselli, and this is a pitch on my ideas and strategy for Lyst's new social media campaign. A little bit of background on me. Um, I am a 22-year-old from New Jersey. I have received 3 degrees from Quinnipiac University. I received a Bachelor's of Arts in Media Studies in 2021. I received a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology in 2021, and I am receiving my Master's in Interactive Communications and Media in 3 days, May 2022, from Quinnipiac University. With this being said, I have extensive social media marketing background. I worked as an intern for MLB Residential Lending, where I ended up working my way up to assistant social media manager. I created content, scheduled content, used constant contact, things like that. With that, I interned at Yale New Haven's Power Research Lab, where I did research on eating disorders. Other than that, I worked for Modern Nature Hair Care all throughout high school, so for about 4 years, and I created content and helped boost social media engagement for that company. So on to my pitch. For your company is to increase the overall brand awareness in the United States. I want to do this also by increasing their social media presence. I want to implement the use of influencers and integrate some new social media platforms. As I did some research on your brand, I came up with a bunch of key findings. Just to outline a few, obviously there's positives and negatives to everything. Some positives I found: a customizable experience, convenience, brand and status are very high. You have a good tone of voice. Global metrics seem to be well. You have reputable engagement, and you are respectfully responsive over social media. With this being said, some negatives are that the metrics within the United States are definitely lacking. Data seems to be a bit inconsistent. There are little to no influencer leverage as of right now, and there's little to no normal account engagement or engagement within posts. Physically, you are creating an app and a website that is super convenient for users. It is easily customizable. It enables shoppers to create lists featuring their favorite brands. You guys are a super convenient platform, being that you are both a website and an app. And you have over 3 million products from over 11,000 designers all in one place, which is a stellar statistic. And you are partnered with some of the world's leading fashion stores and brands. So that is really, really good for your brand status. As far as demographics go, it does seem that Lyst is mostly, prevalent over social media in Norway and in Denmark, which is great for Norway and for Denmark, but my job is to implement the United States within there. So if we are looking globally, you'll see the sentiment is primarily positive, 36% positive, 50% neutral, 13% negative. This is obviously a great place to start. We would desire to see no negative sentiment, although that's virtually impossible. So globally, you guys are off to a great start, with majority of your sentiment being neutral. Although it is neutral, I have looked through some posts and they're just not using some of those positive keywords. Posts are still, towards the positive side. With that, mentions over April 10th to May 10th, slacking a bit. You can see there are some ebbs and flows with an extreme skyrocket on May 10th. Again, this is global. So even globally, these numbers are a bit lacking. Again, we see reach skyrockets on April 26th, and again, seems to boost towards May 8th to May 10th. Although this is global, the numbers are about only like 40,000. For a global company, we do want to see larger numbers. So back to being combative, respectfully, and negative sentiment, things like that. So as you can see on the left, you received a negative comment on an Instagram post that states, "Don't purchase from Lyst. They sent me the wrong dress. Never take responsibility. I would never buy again. Be careful." You guys quickly responded an hour later with a nice heartfelt message that says, "Thanks for letting us know. Please can you DM your order number along with your email address." You want to take care of your customers. So I think that is a really great place to start. With that, on the right, we see a post from Lyst and all of the comments underneath. You can see the first about 6-7 posts or comments are from verified Instagram accounts, which is great, but we kind of want to see more engagement with Instagram accounts that aren't verified. With this being said, although there are a bunch of comments, there's no engagement within comments, so we do want to kind of boost that. So now if we're looking straight into the United States, you can see there are 6 mentions. Sentiment is unfortunately primarily negative, again skyrocketing May 8th. This is something that we definitely need to fix. Although there is 33% neutral sentiment, there is no positive sentiment within the past 30 days. So that is definitely something that needs to be worked on. With that being said, there's only been 6 mentions of Lyst within the past 30 days within the United States. And again, it was completely stagnant until May 8th. So that's something we do want to kind of pick up. Again, we're looking at reach. 74,000 is kind of a low number for a global company, especially within the United States. Your company is a grounds for thousands of high-end and luxury brands, so this number should be higher. Also important to note that I used Awario, which is a metrics measuring tool, a media metrics measuring tool, in order to obtain all of this data. So I have a few main ideas. I want to see Lyst really take off. I want to see Lyst be super prevalent on social media. I want Lyst to be super known. I want your social media to be extremely prevalent. I want it to be common knowledge. I want you guys to turn into a household name. Your competitor Farfetch has done a really great job at this, and I don't see why you guys can't do better. I want to leverage influencers. I want influencers to use Lyst. I want influencers to promote Lyst. I want influencers to say, "Hey guys, why are you still shopping from the Louis Vuitton website when we have all you need right here on Lyst?" I want you guys to create a TikTok presence. I think that TikTok is one of the most widely used social media platforms these days, and you currently don't have a presence on TikTok and should. I think that it's a huge platform for promoting fashion. People love to watch each other's trends, post each other's trends, things like that. So I think that we should really be showing our viewers what we can do in terms of TikTok. That engages a whole new set of eyes, a whole new audience. With that, I think we should generate more engaging posts. I think you guys should stray away from just posting what you are selling on the website, and you should post more posts that are kind of, like bait, trying to bait in your target audience, keep them coming back. And I think that you should really leverage the partnerships that you have with high-end and luxury brands. You should advertise that the items on your website are luxury brands being marked down. People love seeing that. People love to see a brand new Louis Vuitton bag 40% off. Everyone loves high-end and luxury brands, just not everyone can afford it. So I think you should really leverage the fact that there are some great deals within your website to make almost anything affordable. I've come up with 3 SMART goals. The first SMART goal, I want to increase conversations from social media by 25% in a 3-month span. And I will do this by working with influencers and readjusting their social media to target what the audience wants and needs. I will increase brand awareness by 50% in a 3-month span by running an awareness campaign. And I want to double the following on Twitter and Instagram while starting a TikTok account with at least 500,000 followers in this same 3-month span. I plan on doing this by broadcasting the partnerships with reputable and high-end brands, partnering with influencers, and again, just creating that TikTok. I do think that every single one of these goals is extremely attainable, especially getting 500,000 followers in 3 months. I know that sounds super intimidating, but TikTok is the type of app where once you start off, you kind of catch on fire. It's like, once you get the ball rolling, it's just on and on and on from there. So all you need is one viral video and following will boost straight from there. This being said, I did identify some key metrics that would be important to measure engaging the success of our social efforts. So to begin, I want to measure social traffic, I want to measure engagement and conversation rate. Specifically, I want to measure likes, comments, shares, and mentions. So moving on to influencer marketing, as you can see by this screenshot that I got from Awario, this is based off of Twitter. The main influencers talking about Lyst kind of have nothing to do with fashion. Although it's great that they have a large audience, it does seem that they all only mention Lyst once, and again, they have nothing to do with fashion. As you can see, the third one down on the left, it says hip-hop history. That's great and all, but what is a 22-year-old girl looking for a Louis Vuitton bag? You know, what kind of importance does a man with the handle hip-hop history hold over, let's say, a known fashion influencer? So let's kind of dive in there. That your influencer outreach should consist of more relevant influencers. I think we should leverage TikTok and Instagram, and I really think that these influencers should be relatable. I don't think you should be using, you know, super high profile followed celebrities. I think these people need to be seen as normal and relatable to really get our point across. So with that being said, I would leverage Lauren Wolf. She is a pretty average girl. She started off on TikTok, where she quickly gained roughly 700,000 followers with over 40 million likes, and she has over 100,000 followers on Instagram. I have huge plans for her, which include she would only be leveraged on TikTok again, and I would want her to post videos describing Lyst must-haves and her favorite products. So if we go to the next slide, I can show you some examples where she did this with Amazon, only interchange Amazon with Lyst.
I don't know if you knew this, but I didn't know this, and I shop on Amazon literally all the time. There's a section called Amazon Most Loved, and they have so many things with thousands of great reviews. I cannot wait to try these for self-care nights. If you like your self-care nights extra, relax in this robe. If you just like PJs, get these really cute satin ones. And if you want to still look presentable, get this really cute set. Checker print's super trendy, so I got this blanket, and it is so soft and warm. I popped my ice roller in the fridge.
So you get the point with that one. So that would be one type of post, and here would be the second.
Cause I see you try, subliminally try to see I'm gonna be the one to see.
So the catch here, as a company, you would be sending Lauren these products essentially for free, because when she does post them, you know, not only is she getting the products, but she's not going to want to buy all of these designer items. You know, it gets expensive. So we will send her items, and she can do like she did above. You know, my favorite graduation dresses from Lyst, and then she could do one from Chanel, one from Prada, things like that. With that being said, so with that, I do think that rather than partnering with more brands, because Lyst is already partnered with more than 11,000 brands, I do think we should start collaborating via social media with some brands. So to begin, specifically Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton has been crowned the world's most valuable luxury brand for 6 consecutive years between 2006 and 2012, and it is one of the most recognizable name brands in the high-end fashion industry. Lyst sells copious amounts of Louis Vuitton items. So I think that if we leverage our partnership with Louis Vuitton, have them comment and share on Lyst posts. So, excuse me. An example of this would be on the next slide. As you can see on the left, Louis Vuitton posted a photo of their new sunglasses, which are also being sold on Lyst. All they have to do is add in their caption, along with being sold on the website, we also sell it on Lyst. Or do you love these sunglasses? Find them discounted on Lyst's website. Things like that. Then on the right, this is a post from Lyst's Instagram of a custom Louis Vuitton top. I think that if Louis Vuitton were to repost this to their Instagram story, that would help immensely. Being that Louis Vuitton has a much larger platform, there will be a much larger pool of people that will see this. And as they post these things on their Instagram stories, users will click on those reposted posts and be taken to the post that Lyst has posted. On to paid advertising.
Lyst Born Online, featuring...
Okay, so to begin, this is what the ad would look like. I created this using Canva. It says, high fashion is not out of your reach. Shop thousands of luxury brands all at once. And then I included 3 of the most prominently known luxury brands, Louis Vuitton, Prada, and Gucci. This ad would run on Instagram. This would cost $3 per CPM. CPM stands for cost per 1,000 impressions. So $3 per 1,000 impressions. Here we are targeting an audience a bit older, 18 to 45, normal people. So we are not targeting like super wealthy influencer type people. We want average, everyday people interested in fashion, people interested in luxury, people who are interested in new trends. Although I could have stopped at one paid advertising, I did think it was important to have one on TikTok, being that we will be new to TikTok. So a little bit more expensive. This is $6 per CPM. Again, that is cost per 1,000 impressions. Here our target audience is a bit younger, being that the target audience of TikTok is younger, so that's 16 to 30. Still targeting normal people with interests of fashion, trends, and luxury. So here is an example of an ad that Lyst would run.
Lyst Born Online, featuring Julian C.
So something cool happened. I was recently featured in an article for Lyst where I got to break down my style and inspiration. They described it as magic gorpcore, which I think is pretty fitting. It's all about having fun with bright colors and high functionality. I got to pick a few items to create like a mini mood board. So let's talk about some of the items and how I found them. First up, I think cycling tops are really cool. No one is really wearing these things for a style yet. I thought this off-white one was really unique. If you've never heard of it, MAP is a high-end cycling brand. A super futuristic piece for the summer. Next up, gloves. Gloves are very slept on. For the most part, they're very cheap. I think these very low-profile ones look the best. The inspiration is golfers and football players. One of the best things about Lyst is its search function. Since Lyst looks across a bunch of different retailers, you come across new brands all the time. Another cool feature is its similar items option. These pants were sold out, but if you just scroll to the bottom, this will actually find you a bunch of different options from all over the internet. I'll have the article linked in my Instagram bio, so you can see more of the items and read more about my style. And there you go. Go out there and get those fits off.
So towards the second half of that TikTok obviously would be more towards the type of advertising that Lyst would put out on TikTok.
Lyst Born.
With this, our total budget is an estimated rough $9,000. So here's kind of the breakdown. Paid advertising, as I spoke before, Instagram, we're going to aim both Instagram and TikTok for about 500,000 impressions. So the total cost would be about $4,500. Influencer payments. So we want to pay Lauren Wolf about $200 per post. We are giving her free merch, so that is why we're not paying her more than $200. She is a pretty higher end influencer, so she should probably be paid closer to the $500 range. But again, we're giving her free merch, so we think that should make up for it. And she should post about 5 posts within the span of this campaign, so that would cost about $1,000. And then partnership payments, we'll be paying Louis Vuitton $1,000 per month for 3 months to advertise caption mentions and story reposts. Finally, graphic and video support, I put aside $500 for a subscription to Canva Pro, which is a great resource to create content, and then just in case we need other graphic support, an extra $380. This, we obviously need a proper execution team, so we would need a social media analyzer to be able to follow our metrics, analyze them, and let us know if we're on the right track. Content creator and content planner who will both work with the influencer / collaboration coordinating manager and the social media analyzer. They'll all work together to, kind of figure out what type of content is wanted, when it should be posted, and things like that. Thing I learned that is super important and should be very influential for your organization is that your brand is essentially nothing without social media. Social media is the branding powerhouse. It has taken over this world in more ways than I can even describe. So if you can boost social media in every single aspect, every single country, every single area, then, branding is super easy for you. So it really just kind of all starts with that social media networking connection. Thank you for your time, and I hope you take all of this into consideration.